Very good morning, children. I am Deepa, your physical science teacher from Dr. Vincent English Medium School. How are you all? I hope all are fine and watching all the videos and learning the subject, all subjects and doing the work, right? Okay. What we have discussed up to the last session. Do you remember what all the topics we learned here in this heat and temperature? Yes, we learnt about temperature, thermometer, mercury and different scales of different scales of temperature, and also we learnt about types of thermometers. 3 types of thermometers we learned, isn't it? And we learnt about heat and units of heat. And in the previous session we learnt about what we learned? Effects of heat. Isn't it? Effects of heat. The changes that will occur because of heat. Mainly how many changes we learned? 3 changes. What are they? Change in temperature, changes in dimensions and change in state. And also we learned applications of changes, increase in the dimensions in solids, liquids and gases. Clear, children? All this we learned up to previous session. In today's session, what we are going to learn? We are going to learn about the methods of heat transfer. In today's class, we are going to learn about the methods of heat transfer. Already we learned that heat is a form of energy that transfers. That transfers from which body to which body? Yes, heat will always transfer from a body at high temperature to a body at low temperature. Yes or no? Heat will always transfer from a body at high temperature to a body at low temperature. That we learned, and also activity also we learned basing on that, right? Now we are going to learn the methods of heat transfer, and this phenomenon of transfer of heat. This phenomenon of heat transferring from a body at high temperature to a body at low temperature is called transfer of heat. And there are 3 modes by which heat can be transferred from one body to another body. For this heat transfer, there are 3 modes. There are 3 modes in this. What are the 3? One is conduction, convection and radiation. The 3 modes of transfer of heat is conduction, convection and radiation. These are the 3 modes of transfer of heat which we are going to learn. Okay, what is the first mode of transfer of heat? That is conduction. So, first we are going to learn about conduction. So what is meant by conduction? This is what first we are going to learn in this class, today's class. See in your textbook all, I hope all are ready with your books, right? See in your textbook page number 49, conduction. Look in your book. We have seen in the earlier examples that metal objects become hot when they come in contact with hot liquids or solids. Yes or no? We all learned in all this in the earlier examples that metal objects will become very quickly, they will gain the heat, they will become hot when they are in contact with solids or liquids. Hot solids or hot liquids, they will become hot. For example, an example given here, an iron nail becomes hot when we left it undisturbed inside a hot water container. If we take a hot water container and place an iron nail in it, iron is a metal, isn't it? So that iron nail is placed in this hot water and leave it like that for some time, leave it undisturbed. After some time, if you want to touch that iron nail, how you will feel? It will be very hot, isn't it? Why it became hot? The heat has transferred from this hot water, from water to nail, isn't it? See, this happens because the heat from the hot liquid is transferred to the iron nail. This transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. So what is meant by conduction? Transfer of heat. Transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. You understood, children? What is meant by conduction? Transfer of heat from one body to another body is called conduction. Conduction requires a medium for the transfer of heat. See, what is required for the conduction? For conduction to take place, what is required? Requires a medium. Conduction requires a medium. What is meant by medium? Which will allow the heat to pass from one body to another body. In between the object or the substance which allows to pass through it, that is called medium. And this conduction to take place, what is required? A medium is required. It is not possible in vacuum. What is meant by vacuum? Absence of air. That means no medium is there. Suppose there is no medium at all, then this conduction cannot take place. Understood? Conduction not possible in vacuum. This conduction is not possible in vacuum. What is meant by vacuum? Vacuum means absence of air. Vacuum means absence of air. Means there is no medium at all, then this conduction will not take place. You understood, children? So what is meant by conduction now? See, transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. First, methods of heat transfer. There are three modes for transfer of heat. What are the three modes? Conduction, convection and radiation. And now we are going to learn about conduction. Transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. And this conduction to take place, it requires a medium in which this conduction is not possible in vacuum. Vacuum means absence of air. Clear, children? So you should note down this in your notebook. If you understood this one, we will do an activity to understand the conduction. We shall do an activity now to understand about this conduction. Clear? Okay. Now, how conduction occurs? A small activity we shall do. You can see this. What is this I have taken? It is a chalk. Okay, and this front portion of the chalk is made up of metal, steel. Steel is nothing but a metal, isn't it? Iron, isn't it? So it is made with a metal. And what we have done for this chalk, 3 pins. Alpins are fixed with the help of wax. By using wax, I have fixed 3 alpins. Alpins are also made up of metal only, isn't it? Now what we will do is, we will take a candle, okay? Now we will light a candle. Now see here, 3 pins are placed at certain distances. Now observe carefully what will happen. I am keeping this end of the chalk, okay, near the candle flame. Near the candle flame. Now observe children, carefully observe. See, I am not heating the alpines. Okay, I am heating one end of the candle flame. See what will happen now. Observe carefully. Yes, see what happened? First pin has fallen down. Yes or no? Why it has fallen down? Now see clearly what is happening. Heat is being transferred. See again. Second pin. Heat is being transferred from this end. Only this end we are heating. But heat is being transferred from this end. And reaching to each alpine, the wax is getting melted. When wax is getting melted, the pin is falling down. See, third pin also fallen down, isn't it? Thank you, madam. Now observe, does all the 3 pins fallen down at the same time? Does they fall at the same time? No, right? Why they have not fallen at the same time? First, this edge started heating and that heat transferred from this edge to the heat is transferring like that. Clear children, you understood? So heat is transferring and the first pin has fallen down. Why the first pin has fallen down? What happened? The wax got melted. Okay, first heat transferred up to here, its wax melted and this pin has fallen down. Still the heat started transferring some more. Then it reached to the second pin. Then the wax of the second pin also melted because the heat transferred up to there. And what happened? That pin also fallen down. Then still the heat started transferring still further. Okay, then the third pin is there at certain distance. So heat transferred up to there. Then the wax of the third pin also melted. And what happened to the third pin? It also fallen down. Isn't it? So what you understood from this activity, children? Can you tell me? Yes, heat is transferring. Isn't it? From one place to another place. When two bodies are touching each other. When two bodies are touching each other, then the heat is transferring from one place to another place. That we understood from this activity or not? This is called, what is this called? This is called conduction. Am I clear, children? I hope you all understood what is conduction. Transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. Here, heat transferred from the chalk end to the nails, isn't it? Heat has transferred from this chalk end to the nails. And the nail wax melted and the nails fallen down, isn't it? So heat has transferred from one body to another body. This is called conduction. Am I clear, children? I hope you all understood conduction. Yes. So this is what activity given in your textbook. Let us see the activity. Almost the same type of activity. Okay, with a small change. We have done this activity. Both are almost same. See what is given in your textbook. Activity 2. You all see in your textbook, please. Take 2 wooden stands and place them 30 centimeters apart from each other. 2 wooden stands, which the distance between the 2 stands should be 30 centimeters. Okay, children? And take an iron rod having length 50 centimeters, rest it on the wooden stands such that both of its ends placed slightly ahead of the stands. So I have taken 2 wooden stands at a distance of 30 centimeters and you take an iron stand and iron rod or iron stand. Okay, an iron rod you take and place it on these two wooden stands like this. On the both the wooden stands it should lean. Clear? Like that you will keep a iron rod. Stick some paper clips onto the rod at equal distances by using wax. So as we have done now, using the wax, here he has taken paper clips. You all know paper clips, metal paper clips you should take. We will you keep for the papers like this, isn't it? You have seen. You can see in the picture given here. Take that paper clips, some paper clips, 4 paper clips, and at certain distance, you fix that paper clips to the iron rod by using wax. Understanding, children? Right. Now heat one end of the rod with the help of a burning candle. See in your textbook. Here this is the iron rod. At one end burning candle is placed and at some distances paper clips are placed as we done now. Okay, and a candle is placed and started heating. One end of the iron rod is started heating. You will see the paper clips start to fall. What will happen? Paper clips will start to fall. Will all the paper clips fall at the same time? No. Which one will fall first? Yes, which is near the candle. That will fall first. Next, then a second one, next the third one, like that. So you will see the paper clips start to fall as the wax that stuck them. What is happening to that wax which is stuck to them? To the rod melts. What will happen to the wax? The wax will get melts. The paper clip nearest to the flame falls first. The paper clip which is near to the flame will falls first. What happened to our activity? The same way. The pin which is near to the flame fallen first. In the same way, the paper clip which is near to the flame will fall first. And followed by the one next to it and so on. Hence the heat is travelling along the rod from one end to the other. So what is happening to the heat? It is travelling along the rod, entire rod, from one end to another end. That we understood by seeing the nails falling down in our activity what we have done, and in the textbook paper clips which are falling one after the other. Am I clear, children? Which one is falling first? Which is near to the candle flame, that will fall first. The wax which is fixed to it will get melted first because of transfer of heat. Am I clear, children? When we heat solid metals, their particles vibrate vigorously. So when you are heating any of the solid metals, is it solid or not? What will happen when you heat solid metals? Their particles. What are that particles? So matter is made up of particles. Matter is made up of molecules. Okay, so that molecules are called as particles. Clear, children? So in solids, how are that particles arranged? In solids, all the particles are very close to each other. That's why they are having a definite shape, isn't it? So all the particles in the solids are very close to each other. And when any solid heat, if we heat any solid metal, what will happen? These particles will vibrate. They'll vibrate vigorously. Vibrate. Vibrate means you know or not vibration. Yes, moving to and fro. So when you are supplying the heat energy, for this a solid object which is consisting of particles very close, what will happen to these particles? They will gain that heat energy. And when they gain that heat energy, they will start vibrating vigorously. Vigorously means very fastly. Okay, they will start vibrating very fastly. These vibrating particles collide with their neighboring particles and pass on their energy to others. So in this vibration, what will happen? First, this particle will vibrate. Some group of particles, these two are vibrating. Or say from the bottom you are supplying the heat, isn't it? So these particles will vibrate. They'll vibrate to and fro, or like this also they will vibrate. In this vibration, what will happen? These particles will touch the other set of particles. They will go and collide with these particles. They will collide with the other set of particles. Once they collide, what will happen? These particles also start vibrating. These particles also start vibrating. First, this set of particles are vibrating, and in this vibration they will collide the other set of particles. And when they collide, what will happen? They will give the energy. They will give this energy which they gain to this set of particles. They will gain that energy, and they also starts vibration. And when this also vibrate, they will collide with these particles. Then these particles also starts, this first set of particles also starts vibrating by gaining the energy from these particles. Am I clear, children? So see again what will happen when we heat a solid, when we heat solid metals. What will happen? Their particles vibrate vigorously. And these vibrating particles collide with their neighboring particles. So this is vibrating particles. They are vibrating to and fro. In this vibration, they will collide with the neighboring particles. They will collide. Understood? And in this collision, what they are doing? Pass on their energy. In this collision, the energy gained by these particles will be given, will be passed to these particles. Understanding, children? On their energy to others. These neighboring particles thus start moving faster, and the process continues. Am I clear, children? This set of particles first gain the energy. When they gain the energy, they will start vibrating vigorously, very fastly they will vibrate. In this fast vibration, what they are doing? They are colliding with another set of particles, and they are passing the energy to these particles. Okay, now this second set of particles are gaining the energy, and they are starts vibrating vigorously. And when they are vibrating vigorously, they will collide with the next neighboring particles, their neighboring particles, and they pass the energy to that neighboring particles. Then that neighboring particles also will collide faster by passing the energy to the other neighboring particles. Like that, all the particles will gain the energy by their vibrations. When heat energy is supplied to the solid metal particles, solid metal objects. I hope I am clear, you all understood? This is what called as conduction. In this vibration, they are transferring the heat energy from one body to another body. This process is called conduction. Am I clear, children? So what is meant by conduction? Transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. I hope I am clear. You all understood conduction? Clear? Yes. Then what are the conditions necessary for conduction of heat? Conditions necessary for conduction of heat. Conditions necessary for conduction of heat. Mainly there are two conditions which are necessary for conduction of heat. What are the two conditions? Let us see now. First one, the two bodies should be in contact or touch each other. What is meant by conduction? Transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction, right? Transfer of heat from one body to another. So for the heat to transfer from one body to another, the two bodies should be in contact. Without contact, can the heat transfer? No, right? Here heat transferred from this chalk Okay, this metal to this alpine, from this chalk to the alpine. So for the heat to transfer, both should be in contact with each other or not. If suppose chalk is here and alpine is here in this much distance, will the heat transfer? No, isn't it? So for conduction to take place, the first condition is both the bodies should be in contact with each other, should be in contact or touch each other. So two bodies in which the heat is transferring should be in contact. Two bodies should be in contact. This is the first condition. Second condition, the temperature of both the bodies should be different. Yes or no? Suppose I took this chalk and the alpines fixed here. Okay, I do not heat this chalk. This end of the chalk, we will not supply the heat. Okay, does not place any candle. We do not place any candle or anything there. Okay, then will the heat transfer from one body to another body? As both are at the same temperature, will the heat transfer takes place? Because they are at equilibrium temperature, isn't it? So will the heat transfer? No. For the heat to transfer, what is required? Both should be at different temperatures. When you are started heating this one end of this chalk, means this chalk is gaining the heat energy, isn't it? So its temperature became more than the temperature of this alpine. Isn't it? More than the temperature of this wax and alpine. Then only heat transfer took place from this chalk to this alpine. And the wax melted and it has fallen down. Am I clear, children? I hope you are understanding. Right. So now what is the second condition? The temperature of both the bodies should be different. Temperature of both the bodies should be different for heat to flow from one body to another body. Am I clear, children? So what we learned in today's class? What is conduction? Conduction means transfer of heat from one body to another is called conduction. And we have learned the activity to understand the conduction. And in any of the solid metal objects, when heat is we are supplying the heat, then the particles will vibrate vigorously and that particles will touch in this vibration they will collide with the neighboring particles and they pass the energy to that neighboring particles. Then the neighboring particles also will vibrate and collide with next neighboring particles by passing the energy, and so on the process will take place. Am I clear, children? And the conditions necessary for conduction of heat. Two conditions are there. One is two bodies should be in contact, should be touching each other. Contact means what? Touching each other. Touching each other. Two bodies should be in contact for the heat to transfer. And next condition is temperature of both the bodies should be different. The two bodies which are in contact in which heat should transfer, the two bodies temperature should be different. They both should be one body should be at high temperature and another body should be at low temperature. Then heat will transfer from high temperature to low temperature. These are the two conditions necessary for conduction of heat. Am I clear, children? So this is our today's class about conduction. I hope you are clear. I think You have noted in your notebook, isn't it? So you are clear about conduction. Okay, and in next class we will learn about insulators and conductors. Okay, children, so prepare well this one. Thank you.